Okay, all of you got one idea about input statement and output statement, right? Input function and output function. In a print, we have three types of print format. What are they? One is a normal print format. Another one is dot format printing method. Another one is f-string. This is normal. Okay. Normal print format. This is what format? Dot format method. Okay. This one, it's an f-string method. Yesterday we seen about comments and the keywords. Today let's discuss about variables. What are variables? Tell me in this program what are variables? L, B and A, O, R. They are the variables. What they are going to do? They are going to store. They will hold or they will store the values. Okay. They stores the any value. It doesn't have any restriction. You have to store string only, number only. They don't have any restriction. For a variable, you can able to store anything. You can store condition also. You can store an entire table also. Anything you can able to store into a variable. Okay. Variable is nothing but what it is one identification name. Okay. What is the purpose of variable actually? Why we want variables?
Maybe we can fetch the value easily.
We can fetch the
Values easily according to.
See, I'll tell you. There are multiple uses were there. I'll tell you about that. For example, I have one value. Okay. Original pi value I want. Original pi value is how much? 3.14 to still continue some numbers were there. Randomly I'll return. Okay. Imagine this is my pi value. I am using this pi value 100 times in my entire project. How many times I am using? 100 times in my entire project. See, mentioning py is easy or mentioning that entire value is easy. Pi is easy, right? Why? Because we have so many decimal values. Maybe we can able to do the human errors over there while entering and we can do the mistakes. Instead of that, if you store to a variable in the sense,
We can just call it.
whenever you want, you can directly able to use that pi. Okay. And one more. There is a question that add two numbers. Example, don't take. I'm just explaining. Then multiply with 10. Then divide by 5. Then subtract with 3, then square the value. This you have to do. Okay, this is the task. Now what happened? If there is no concept of a variable, first what you have to do? You have to write the complete step in the brackets. First is what? Add two number. For example, 5 plus 8. Next what we have to do?
Multiply.
That should be multiply with.
10.
This should be in one bracket. Correct? Why? Because if without brackets if you are done means according to Bodmer's rule, first it will go with the division, then multiplication, then addition, then subtraction. It will go like that. That's why we have to use the brackets. Then we have to divide by 5. Then again I have to put into this one bracket. Correct? Next what we have to do? We have to minus by 3. That again we have to keep that into. Then next
Square the
square means again you have to multiply by. I'll tell you that is a power by doing like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Added addition amount. Finally you got the value. Okay. Is that clear? Fine. If they give another value means again manually you want to change all these values. Okay. If I change the number means again I have to come and again I have to change all these values. Instead of that I'll go with variable. How? I want final value, right? I'll take one variable, yes. First let me add, let me initialize to value. A equals to 5. Same value I'll take, okay? Let me see, we'll get the same value or not. Another value is 8. First I'll do sum. What is that?
A plus B.
Then what we have to do?
S into
We have to do the multiplication. That is what? With the addition, I want to multiply by 10. Then whatever the multiplied answer is there, I have to perform an division. That is m divided by. Then I have to do the subtraction. That is whatever division value I got. I want.
Won't it be like a duplicate value?
What will be the duplicate?
So already S is assigned to A plus B. Again here S is assigned.
That sum only we want, right? Because for that sum only we are multiplying with 10. To that sum only we are multiplying with 10. Because we have to multiply with this S only, right? Because S holds that addition value. That's why I'm showing with the same value 5 and 8. Then we have to subtract it. Then we have to square. SQ is equals to whatever the subtracted value I got, I want to multiply with. Finally, my answer will be SQ. I got the same answer. Next time, if I change the value, no need to change this entire thing. I just go and add a value. 59, 2. Is that clear? Alright, here what happened? I want to change this values, but variable will be easy. Okay, instead of writing all these things, if you write like this means whenever you want, easily you can able to use that values. Okay. Because now I want to print only multiplication value. I can able to do, but here it's not possible. Individually I can't able to print the value, but here I can do. Why? Because my multiplication value in the variable called as m. I'll get only up to multiplication. I want up to only division value. I'll get that. But here it's not possible. Correct? Yes or no? Have you understood the usage of an variables and all? Clear? So here PI is the variable. Here what are the variables? A, B, okay. Wait, 2 S is there. Let me take it as SB. You tell about this.
I do this one.
I thought this and this. So, subtraction. Now it will change the value. But actually, it's not like that. For example, I'll tell you. Here it is yes, na.
उनका जो वैल्यू है उसको चेंज करना पड़ेगा SB as a variable.
Wait, I'll tell you that one. See here you got
Complete bracket before that power is S.
complete bracket. No, first it will do this, right? Addition. If you do manually, what you'll get? One second.
First will go, if it is board mass, it will go with the multiplication. Right?
Board brackets, right?
Bracket followed by multiplication.
That's what. Bracket is first. What is there in bracket? First bracket. That is 5 plus 8, right? So I just show 5 plus 8. And the answer should be multiplied by 10. 1 second. Multiplied by 10. Then it should be divided by 5. Then you should do minus by 3. Then you have to square that. 529 is the answer. Here also you will get the same value. Even though if I use the same variable, I got 529 only. I'll tell you how. I agree. You can't able to get the separate this sum value and the subtract value, but final value is same. How means? This is my first declaration. Okay, it is sum. I already used that in multiplication, but here is there na s value. This s value will be subtracted value only. Why? Because the recent declaration of s is what? Division minus 3. D minus 3. Are you understanding? Now recent s value is what? Division minus 3. That value will only go here. Even though I used 2s same variable, but I got the same result, right? 529, 529. How? When it is problem means whenever you are printing individual s, then it is a problem. It will take the recent s. What is the recent s? That is subtracted value. It won't take the sum value. That will be the problem. Understood now?
The latest value of the
Ah.
duplicator.
Even though multiple variables are same, what is the latest value is there for that variable, it will take that. So, subtract. Okay, done now? Fine. See, anything you can't able to take it as an variable. There is a certain rules is there. You want to declare a variable means you have to follow that rules. Okay. That is what we call it as valid variable declarations. Valid variable declarations. See, you can use a single character. Okay. You can use uppercase character also. See, for us uppercase A, lowercase a both are same, but for system uppercase A is different, lowercase a is different. Okay. And you can use a word also. Okay. Num1. You can use a word. You can use word with a number. Num1 equals to. You can use proper case also. Num2 equals to. Okay. Then you can use two words also. For example, I have a variable called as student name. How you have to write means either you have to write continuously student name. No, I need a separation between stu and the name in the sense. What do you have to do? You have to give the underscore. If possible, can you open that door? You come front, open that door, then you sit. You people are not feeling suffocated, are there? Tomorrow, if people come early, sit here. Then boys will go. This fan, he won't come this side. It's only there in this side. Beam is there, na? Because of this beam, you won't get.
This is also very slow.
Which is fan. It's already in 5. No, at this time, everybody will use fans, na? The power consumption will get reduced. Tell Besson people to put AC. Okay, see, whenever you want to use two words, you have to give underscore between the variable. Okay. You have to use underscore between the words. And beginning also you can start with underscore. See, these all are valid variable declaration. Okay. Same like that we have invalid. Like you should not create like this. That is what we call it as invalid variable declaration. Invalid variable declarations. Like I've taken valid variables. Yeah, in invalid variable, the variable should not start with the number. To num, it's an invalid. You can't able to give a space between that. Space between the words. And apart from underscore, you can't able to use any other special character. Na? See, now I'll show you. I'll take this and I'll go to the code cell and I'll execute. Start with 0. See, if I print anything, it will execute. I didn't get any error. Okay, so I will take. See, I got. Okay, because these all are valid. So if you return in any of this format, it was going to hold it and it was going to execute. But instead of that, if you follow this method, if you declare like this, what do you got? Error. Invalid decimal literal. You can't able to use that. I commented that. Let next execute. This was also invalid syntax because you are given a space there. This is the invalid syntax. Instead of star, I'll use dollar symbol. That is also an invalid syntax. Understood? Apart from underscore, for the separation, you can't able to use any other special characters. Understood? Clear everyone? Taken na? All of you taken na? Yes or no? Now I'll give you one question. Try to solve it. All of you taken, right? Everyone? Try to understand the question. It's a scenario question. See, I'm showing you the output. This is how I'm expecting the output. To print this entire, don't use multiple print statement. For all these things, you have to use only one print statement. For this one and outer one, you can use separate print statement. But for this, you have to use only one print statement. Understood? What you have to read and what you have to display? Say yes or no? Do it. You'll finish in 5 minutes, huh? Done, huh? Have to read from the user, that student name, student ID and all. Done? All be written? This yes or no? How many of you completed? 1, 2, 3. That much difficult program like this. It's simple, you know how to read values from user, right? Yes or no? How many values we have to read from user? 5 values. Correct, huh? One is what? Name. You take a variable called as name. I have to mention any data type for name. Why? Because default input will read string data. Okay, done now. Next, what I want? ID will be, sometimes it will be pure numerical, sometimes it will be alphanumerical also. Okay, let me take only integer. Okay. See, one more thing. Is it really necessary to take that ID in integer format? Boys, hello, hi, listen. Is it really necessary that I have to read ID value in integer format? Why?
Sometimes mix of
I have all IDs pure numbers only. Then
we have to
if you are going to perform any mathematical operation on that variable, then only you have to read it from that particular data type, integer or a float. With the ID, are you going to perform any numerical operation? No, it's not necessary. If you take input is also fine. Always you understood. For example, phone number is a pure number, but we are not going to perform any mathematical operation. Other number is a pure number. We are not going to perform any mathematical operation. Like that. Okay, ID is also same. Subject ID will be there. Are you going to perform any numerical operations? No. Next one, I want 3 subject marks. This one, subject marks.
in float.
Why not float?
Float.
Integer or float?
Float.
In your marks card, anyhow, you say the float value. Then you'll get round of value, right? Always. Marks will never be in float. Or percentage will be float. But marks always it will be integer. Int of input. Enter. Yes, 1 marks. Okay. Same like that. I want to read how many subject marks. Then what do you have to calculate? We are at all the 5 values. Okay, now I want to display, right? In the display first, what is going to be started? See, in the display, I want name, student ID, S1, S2, S3. All were there. All 5 values were there. Next 2 more values I want. What is that? Total and? Total how to calculate? S1 plus, S2 plus, yes. Percentage? You can just do S divided by 3. Why? Because, T divided by 3. No need to perform like T divided by 300 into 100. It's not necessary. Why? I already told you each subject marks is for 100. So whenever it is 100, directly you can able to do what? T by 3. Understood? Actually, original formula will be T by 300 into 100. Obtained marks divided by total marks into 100. Clear? This is actual formula. But now what happened? These 2 zeros will get cancelled, right? What is left over? Just 3. So you can write t divided by 3. Clear? Next is what? I have all the values. Now what I have to do? I want to print that in this format only. I want to print. In this particular format only I have to print. Don't copy that. Try to write by yourself. First, what I want? Student name. Student name is there in which variable? Name. Variable. That is name. After this, what I want? In the next line, I want student ID. So I'll write /n. It will take you to the next line. What is /n? It is an escape sequence. Okay, what is /n? It is an escape sequence. It will take you to the next line. In next line, what we want? Student ID. It is there in which variable? ID. Again /n. Next.
This one is to us.
Next. Total. Next. Percentage. That will be sorry, inclusive. Okay, see. It was asking me to enter the details. First, I'll enter the details. See, have you got in proper format? This all are input. I have read all the inputs here. Okay. First, I have read the inputs. Okay. Now, below I am displaying the details. See, this is all my details. Understood? Do you have any confusion?